Good evening from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 9:55 p.m. on the 11th. I had to think for a moment. It's still the 11th of January 2023. Well, I've got some exciting news to share with you. Don't mind me and my old lady nighty. I am, after all, bordering on becoming an old lady. So I got to thinking about all the ghastly horror of, presenting at the hospital on Sunday evening and basically being told like that my patient file's missing, and basically being told that there's nothing they can do for me medically. Should the bladder turn to cancerous, I'm just going to die. Basically, they sent me home. And I had a debrief with my psychiatrist today, and he said that was a really, awful hell loop kind of experience. And I got to thinking this evening, and I thought, yes, I'm surrounded and immersed in a death cult with the COVID paradigm. Everyone at the hospital masked up, even the doctor enforcing mask wearing when, as an asthmatic, I get hypoxic. So that was kind of a little bit sadistic, really. And they're all, running around with their heads cut off. Oh, the fourth wave. Oh, we're all going to die. And sending me home, like, feeling very fragile and vulnerable because I wasn't feeling well with my bladder. And even though there was no major infection and it didn't require antibiotics, yay me, because there are none available at the moment, which is a humbling and fragile making thought, right? But yay me, I managed to pull it together with just drinking bicarbonate of soda, and water for the previous few days. So I managed to rescue myself from the brink of death yet again. Not that I was really right on the precipice or anything, but it's just I'm circling that drain and I'm circling that drain. And you know what? I've made a decision. It was a little bit impulsive of me, a little bit of risk taking, because should I die in the next few months, God forbid, God's forfend, I'll be leaving a little bit of an outstanding debt behind me. But I bought myself, I've decided I will commit to my new art, which is an expensive hobby. And I haven't been able to really further myself and practice with soldering enough and, do the casting. I haven't been able to succeed in it. And part of the reason why I haven't been able to succeed in that is because I really did need a proper torch. So I've had my eye on this Smith little torch for quite some time, and I was actually kind of talked out of it a little bit by someone who was well-meaning, but was just nervous and riddled with anxiety as I am. And I've decided to grab life by the big black sweaty, I know that sounds racist, sorry, I apologise. Grab life by the testicles. And yes, because I'm not a racist, that came out wrong. Grab life by the testicles and face the hag, which is my own doubts and fears and insecurities, and immersion in the societal death cult, which is chipping away at everyone's psyches and souls until we lose complete confidence and complete courage and complete ability to succeed in any way, form or manner. We're being beaten down and gnawed at like rats in a fucking sewer pit, right? This is what I decided. So I bought this torch. For me, it's an expensive item, but it's something that when it arrives, hopefully in the next few days, will enhance my silversmithing abilities. I mean, not straight away. I'm going to have to practice with it. It's a learning curve. And I still have to buy silver sheets so I can make pendants and such like. But I'm on my way and I'm very excited about it. Even though I'm a little bit in debt now, I'm very excited about it. I still have to buy the gas, the oxygen canister and the LPG bottle. So that probably won't happen straight away because you need to pay a $200, what's the word? You've got to pay $200 up front to Bunnings plus the cost of the actual gas. So it's about $300. You get the $200 back when you return the bottle, I believe. So instead of like hiring the gas, renting the gas bottle out from other gas companies, which I'm told is very expensive and sometimes a little bit not, from what I've researched, some people have had problems with that. I'm going to just do it that way, do the refund, buy my own gas bottle, then I'm not beholden to any other third party, and when I use all the gas I'll just swap the bottle over. But of course I'm short that extra $200 to $300, so that can wait for a few more fortnights. If I can wrangle it before then, I'll buy them probably in the next week or so. But I've decided everything I have ever wanted to achieve in life has been on the other side of fear, and for decades I was kept in a stupefied, somnolent, medicated out state by Big Pharma. And now I'm going to take a grab at life and I'm just going to make things happen. I'm going to make things happen, people. And look, this doesn't mean that I'll necessarily have sales and that people will support me and buy my stuff because, the first few pieces probably won't be as professional as I would like. So I'm just going to start off making things for myself and my close friends and family. And then as I reach proficiency, which hopefully I do reach proficiency after a fair bit of wrangling and practicing and learning curving and, trying to achieve, maybe I will be able to start selling things. So I have hope for the future, and I have. So the purpose of my video tonight, after all the horror and distress over my file being missing and basically, being invalidated as even having ever been at that hospital, as if I didn't exist, right? The reports of my death are greatly exaggerated, and the reports of my demise are greatly exaggerated. I haven't felt well today. I've been very tired and drained, and I've had a little bit of pressure in my side, not pain, but just a tight feeling, where the bladder is. But I haven't had any major bladder problems today, so I think I'm going to get better. And in the meantime, I'm going to be so busy making my jewellery for the next few weeks or months, all excited with my new fandangled equipment, that I won't have time to worry about dying. Dying is a poor man's sport. Dying is for the weak and the inept and those that haven't grabbed at life, right? Now, how's that for denial in Africa? And but I'm just thinking, if I give myself a positive outlet and something to feel excited and inspired by, that motivates me to achieve and make beautiful things, I won't have time to die. And then, if God's forfend, if I do actually die, well, you know, there'll be a few people around me that will have some sweet little sentimental pieces that they can look at and go, oh, that crazy fucking bitch, she worked herself to death in the final renaissance of her life at 57, almost 58, and wasn't she delightful? And don't you just want to just squeeze her and kiss her and bless her and just be amazed at this new creature that I've become. In spite of all the horror, I am not giving up on myself, even though, you know, the dark demonic influences and the seeds were planted, not just with that hospital on Sunday, but all the horrible YouTube videos that were sent to me about exorcists that I thought were quite evil actually, and remonstrated them. And, you know, about all the nuns being raped and just all the horror that I've been immersed in since Christmas. But today, Cardinal George Pell died, and although he's not a personal enemy of mine, I never met him in person, but his reputation preceded him. And as a, as a child sexual abuse advocate, it inspired me to not give in, because life is short and, we all eventually die. And as a child sexual abuse survivor, I deserve to fucking thrive, as did all his victims and survivors. So, on that note, no more negativity shall drown my little tiny boat. I'm going to paddle as fast as I can, probably upstream into the bear's mouth, because that's just what I seem to have a long history of doing. And I'm going to create more jewellery and more things. And I don't know, I'll probably end up leaving a little stockpile of things behind when I do eventually die, since no one's buying my stuff. But I'm okay with that, because I've got lots to achieve and lots to learn, and I'm not in a hurry, you know. I made a comment earlier last year when, I think it was April, May, when I was being hounded by real estate agents wanting to buy my house and land, which I don't own anyway, that they can come for me in 10 years. And I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to ask the gods to allow me at least another 10 years. 10 years will pay off my equipment that I'm buying, Oikavolt, and 10 years will give me quite a bit of time to hone my craft. And by then I will have left hopefully a little bit of a nice legacy behind me. So here I am, feeling more brighter and more positive, even if I'm a little bit biting off more than I can chew for now. And I wanted to share with you that I have hope for my future. I'm going to carry on as if there is a future, and as if I can have plenty of time to achieve my goals. Good night from Sacred Space. Dream beautifully, dream productively, dream creatively, and never, ever, ever let the bastards grind you, me, us down. Good night.